Welcome to Literacy Home Learning. This is a literacy unit appropriate for children learning from home during this extended school closure. It is designed to provide learning opportunities for primary age children and will help to develop their ability within the national curriculum. This is lesson number 5 in the series. Please listen along, pause the video when necessary, and listen out for the task appropriate for your age and ability. To be prepared for today's lesson, make sure you have something to write with and your home learning book. Follow along with the video and be sure to pause when you've been given a task to complete. You will know when to pause the video when you see the symbol in the bottom corner of the screen. Today's learning objective is to explore the use of different suffixes and their root words. In today's lesson, we will continue to explore the book The Tin Forest by Helen Ward and Wayne Anderson. There was once a wide, windswept place, near nowhere and close to forgotten, that was filled with all things that no one wanted. Right in the middle was a small house, with small windows that looked out onto other people's rubbish and bad weather. In the house lived an old man. Every day he tried to tidy away the rubbish, sifting and sorting, burning and burying. And every night the old man dreamed. He dreamed he lived in a jungle full of wild forest animals. There were colourful birds, tropical trees, exotic flowers, toucans, tree frogs and tigers. But when he awoke, his world outside was still the same. One day something caught the old man's eye, and an idea planted itself in his head. The idea grew roots and sprouted. Feeding on the rubbish, it grew leaves. It grew branches. It grew bigger and bigger. Under the old man's hand, a forest emerged. A forest made of rubbish. A forest made of tin. It was not the forest of his dreams, but it was a forest just the same. Then one day, across the windswept plain, the wind swept a small bird. The old man spilled crumbs from his sandwich onto the ground. The bird ate the crumbs and perched to sing in the branches of a tin tree. But the next morning, the visitor was gone. All day the old man walked through the silence, and his heart ached with the emptiness. Time for your first quick task. With your home teacher, discuss what you think is the root word of emptiness. Root words are basic words with no prefix or suffix added to them. Adding prefixes, letters added to the front of words, and suffixes, letters added to the end of words, can change the meaning of a root word. The root word of emptiness is empty, so the suffix ness has been added. Time for your next quick task. Use the root words below and add different prefixes and suffixes to change the word's meaning. The words we would like you to change are hope, colour, fill, wild, dark, thick, attractive, tropical, happy, sad, mess, and metal. There are a range of prefixes and suffixes that you could add to root words. This helps to increase the range of vocabulary when writing a descriptive piece. Here are some examples of prefixes: sub, non, re, pre, un. And here are some examples of suffixes: ed, ing, ful, and ment. Time for your next quick task. Using the words you have created by adding different prefixes and suffixes to root words, create as many expanded noun phrases as you can that would describe the pictures below. Remember, an expanded noun phrase is when you have two adjectives and a noun. For example, the shiniest silvery tree. Year 1 and 2, time for your main task. Year 1, in your home learning book, use the expanded noun phrases and any other adjectives you have created using different prefixes and suffixes to write 3 simple sentences describing the picture on the next slide. For example, the tall green trees. Year 2, in your home learning book, use the expanded noun phrases and any other adjectives you have created by using different prefixes and suffixes to write 6 sentences that describe the picture in the next slide. For example, the large beautiful trees are covered in bright green leaves. Year 1 and 2, remember to pause the video here so you can describe this picture. Year 3 and 4, here's your main task. In your home learning book, write a paragraph that describes the picture of the rainforest seen in the previous slide. Use the success criteria below to help. Try to start sentences with fronted adverbials. Use expanded noun phrases and use a range of conjunctions to add subordinate clauses to add more detail. Here's an example to help. In the distance, the large green trees sway in the breeze as the gentle wind continues to blow. Remember to rewind the video to go back to the previous slide. And finally, Year 5 and 6, here's your main task. In your home learning book, write a paragraph that describes the picture of the rainforest seen on the previous slide and compare it to the metal rainforest from the story The Tin Forest. Use the success criteria below to support your learning. Try to start sentences with fronted adverbials. Use expanded noun phrases. Use a range of conjunctions to add subordinate clauses to add more detail. And use comparative and contrasting conjunctions and adverbials. Here's an example to help you. Both the rainforest and the tin forest have large trees, however they are made of different materials. Use this comparative conjunctions and adverbials supporting sheet to support your learning. Use these to compare one thing to another to show how they are alike. You can also use this contrasting conjunctions and adverbial sheet to help you as well. Use these to compare one thing to another where they are different or opposite. So how have you done? Time to share your work with the class. Read your work out to your home teacher, but don't forget to check for spellings and punctuation. Well done everybody. That's the end of lesson 5. Be sure to join us again in the next lesson.